Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Andres of Alex Cormont at the French Relationship Expert, and thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. Today, ladies, this video is very important to you because I've had a lot of comments from either my YouTube videos or from my clients about this scenario and not knowing what to do. So I decided to focus on this topic and give you 5 specific examples on why this situation happens. It's not the most positive situation, but we're going to turn it into positive solutions, positive results. And that's what we'll do here, to inform you, to guide you, to prevent these flags. So before we get started, do you mind hitting that subscribe button? I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It's free. You know that, right? We're giving you free advice, and we love giving you free advice. And we just love for you to hit that subscription with a nice like. If you want to be notified for more videos, you got that bell over there. And of course, like I always say, I'm open to all criticism, opinions, suggestions, questions, anything, leave that on the comment board. I read them all. I look forward to them all. And yes, I respond to them all personally. No one else but me. All right, so here's the topic I hear about over and over and over. Coach Andres, why does he always act interested but then disappears? The word I always hear is ghosting, some forms, right? Ghosting. Why does he act interested and then disappears? Why did he pursue me so heavenly and then disappears? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Number one, he doesn't know what he wants. He acts like he knows what he wants because he's around a beautiful woman. He has your company for a certain amount of hours of the evening. So he acts confident. He acts reassured of who he is. He acts secured about what he wants to do. But behind doors, if he's giving you all this attention and then disappears, it's more about him. He doesn't know what he wants. You know what you want, and you know what you don't want. You don't want a man who disappears on you. So if a guy does that, why chase him? I've had clients tell me they have their ego a little bit and their pride where they're going to continue chasing him. So he gives her more attention. If the guy's already trying to disappear already, don't try to convince him. Don't. Let him go. Let him go disappear. Get that nice little disappearing act. Get away from me. Because that's a sign of not knowing what he wants. And that's almost an example and almost an assignment for you to go tell him what he wants, show him what he wants, sell him on the idea of what he wants. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's enough work in a relationship, and you don't want to work on selling yourself for someone's attention. I don't care who it is. Do not do that. If he's showing interest in disappearing, it's because he doesn't know what he wants. Don't be around someone who doesn't know what he wants, because he's going to take you down a spiral of making you think you don't know what you want. So where do you factor in a relationship? It's like driving with someone without directions. I don't know. Do you want to do that? I mean, I understand I like a good cruise here and there, but where are we going? You know, it's like sitting in a rocking chair. It's something to do, but you don't really go anywhere. Don't follow a guy who doesn't know what he wants. If he shows interest and then disappears, he doesn't know what he wants. Don't try to convince him. You know what you want. Move on. Number 2 on why guys show interest and then disappears. This one hurts, but it's the truth. He has other options. Yep, he has other options. And that's okay because you guys aren't in that exclusive moment yet. You guys aren't committed. I mean, unless we're talking about something specific. And if it is something about your long-term relationship or even marriage, hit me up so we can talk about this over a coaching session. I'd really love to hear more about this so we can really dissect the situation. But if this is more about in the beginning stages of dating, when you're really trying to see and feel out the whole scenario, is he like me? Do I like her? Yada, yada, all those good things. If he shows interest and then disappears in the beginning, he most likely has other options. Again, it's not about you, it's more about him. And that shows that maybe he's not ready to commit to that. So why would you want to convince him on that? I'm sure you got other options too. You know, that's what the whole single dating world's about, having options. But if you really want to filter out all those quantitative options to a quality options, don't waste your time with someone who's ghosting you. Don't waste your time with someone who's showing interest and then disappears, even if he does have other options. Go ahead. Go check out those other options because you know your value. You respect your value. You like your value. So again, from back to number one, don't try to convince him to be with you. Don't try to convince him to look at you. If he's showing interest and then ghosting you or disappearing, that is the perfect example of how the relationship might end up or how it might continue going on as well. Avoid those problems. I know the ego and the cockiness of saying, oh, I got this beautiful look and yada, yada. I can get his attention. Go ahead. Try. You will exhaust yourself, and you're going to have to continue doing that over and over. At that game, there's enough games in the dating world, but that game, trying to get him to chase you and be obsessed with you if he's already disappearing on you, it's not going to last. Trust me, it's not going to last. A man who really knows what he wants doesn't disappear on a woman. A boy does. A player does. And that's what we're trying to avoid, right? If you're trying to look for love in a serious relationship, we're trying to avoid dating boys and we're trying to avoid dating players. So these are red flags right off the bat if he's showing interest in disappearing, regardless if he doesn't know what he wants, regardless if he has other options. Those are red flags for you to stop pursuing him or stop showing interest. All right? Number 3, why guys show interest and then disappear. Okay, this one, again, it might be a little personal, but we have to make sure we can handle and tackle everything in the dating world, not just the guy, not just the relationship, but yourself, because we want to always make sure we give you some tools to be more, not just self-aware, but self-developed, self-improved, self-evolved to who you want to be. If he shows interest and disappears, there might have been something you did to turn him off. I don't know. Maybe you smoked a cigarette after dinner. He doesn't like smokers. Maybe you mentioned during the talk how you don't want to have kids. He maybe wants to have kids. Maybe I don't want to go to something specific like, you had something in your teeth. That's not going to really turn anyone off. That's kind of funny, by the way. And that's always a funny scenario, too, in that dating situation. Are you the person, if I have something in my teeth, are you going to tell me? Because I'm the person on a date. I will tell you, but I'm going to make it funny. Because I would hope you tell me too. So that shouldn't be a deal breaker for someone showing interest and then disappearing. It's got to be something a little more paramount. It's got to be something a little more substantial. A bad habit or basically a certain outlook on life. Could be religious, could be political, could be future plans. But there was something along the line that maybe you said something. And the thing about it, I know it's hard to say this, and that's a little tough love from me over here, and I don't mean to be insensitive to things, but you women know if you're doing something that is not really mostly a turn on, then you know it's kind of a turn off. And it could be whatever it is, a mannerism, an expression, a saying, or an opinion. You women know, because you're very smart with this, you know exactly what turns on a man. You really do. So I know you know what exactly turns off a man. So even if you're still not aware of it, you can kind of sense what you did or said or whatever it is you expressed yourself to maybe turn him off. Again, we don't want to go pick at every little detail of things, but you want to factor in the major things that are deal breakers. If someone did something to you, ladies, that turn you off, if a man does something to you at dinner, what are the couple of things, just a couple of things that would turn you off immediately? What would it be? I'm sure you guys have your list. I've heard many stories too. But I know for a fact that guy is aware of what he's doing and he happened to do it accidentally or happened to do it intentionally and it turned you off. So again, as much as it might be personal and sensitive, take it as constructive criticism and know that maybe you should not do that right off the bat. Maybe you shouldn't share that so quickly. Maybe if you have a smoking habit, maybe hide that until next time or something. You don't always want to just show all your cards on the first date because, again, we're talking about the beginning stages of dating. Check yourself, all right? It's okay if you do that. It's all right. No worries. I'm not trying to be hard or tough on you, but check yourself to make sure you're not trying to put yourself to a position of turning off anyone because the idea is you want to be turned on. So let's do the same for him, all right? Number 4, on why do men show interest and then disappear? This happens a lot, and I know they mean well. A lot of my clients, a lot of ladies who I've talked to, they give off girlfriend vibes immediately. Let me go say that again. Girlfriend vibes, which is great, immediately. I mean, right off the back, right on Number 1 minute, you already showing vibes of girlfriend. That's too much. That's too much. You're giving away all the goods before he puts in even the work. You're handing him the book before he even opens it to the first page. Again, I know your intentions are good. I know your heart is in the right place. I know you have a lot to offer. I know you have great value as being a girlfriend, a committed, loyal, amazing girlfriend. I don't doubt it. But you don't want to give off those vibes so quickly because that makes you look desperate. We talked about a couple of videos ago about desperation, how to make yourself look desperate, being needy, being available, being clingy, and then girlfriend vibes right off the back. Know your value. Respect your value. You know what I mean? Don't always give off those vibes so quickly. You want to space them out. You want to almost see every time you do give off one vibe in the sense of, I like this guy, I see a future, I see a commitment, man, I really love this guy a little more and more. Every time you get that vibe out, make sure you receive a boyfriend vibe next before you give off another vibe. You know what I mean? It's kind of like playing tennis in the dating world. You don't just keep on hitting the ball one way. It's overwhelming. He's not going to last. He's going to walk away. He's going to show interest in the game, and then he's going to go. I want you to reciprocate. Hit a ball, receive a ball. Girlfriend vibe, boyfriend vibe. Girlfriend vibe, boyfriend vibe. Let that play around a little bit, and don't show too much too quickly. Again, your intentions are great. Your heart is in the right place. Love that. But don't be overwhelming. It's desperate, and you're not desperate. You just know what you want. But I want you to pace yourself at a healthy pace to show and share that. And make sure that's received and given back just as mutually as much as you give it him. All right? Number 5. But before we go to number 5, you know what I'm going to do. Come on, ladies. Subscription. It's free. It's free. Got to hit the bell notification to make sure we got new videos coming your way. Free information, free guidance. Any opinions, questions, criticism, concerns, leave it right there. I love looking at them. I love reading them. And I do answer them all on my own because I look forward to them. If you ever want to get further into this topic or you need specific coaching for whatever scenario you're in your dating world, check out the website, frontRelationshipExpert.com/coaching, and you'll see my profile there with Alex there as well. And we'll be more than happy to help. Thank you. So, number 5. Why a guy shows interest and then disappears. You gave off red flags. And I think everything we talked about leads to that. You know what I mean? What was the list? He doesn't know, he doesn't know what he wants. That's his red flag. Has other options. That's a red flag. Was turned off by something. Red flag. Sees you're giving girlfriend vibes immediately. Red flag. Somewhere along the line, you gave off a red flag. Could be giving off girlfriend vibes, can be too needy, could be self-absorbed, could be rude, could be selfish, could be inconsiderate, could be a person who eats their food loud and opens up chewing. Listen, table manners are good, but I understand they're not the most important thing, but they are important. So if you're chewing your mouth open with all your food, I'm out of there too. So just say, I'm talking about red flags. You don't know if you have red flags until someone flags you. So I want you to be constructive with that. I want you to learn from your mistakes. If this happens to you often, if a guy's showing you interest and then keeps on disappearing on you, I want you to look in the mirror and say, what is it that I'm doing? Is there a red flag that I'm giving off that I'm not aware of? The idea is I want you to look inside to see what you're doing so you can know what to do and prevent that in the future. And that's what we do. We want to help you find those problems. We want to make sure you detect those red flags in yourself and turn those into green flags. I mean, that's what you'd want from the guy too. And listen, ladies, I don't want to be insensitive again, but I want to be real. You all have red flags. It's true. Because guess what? We all have red flags. We're all human beings. We all have red flags. The idea is, do our green flags overcome, outnumber our red flags? So don't act like you don't have any. Don't act like you're perfect. No one is. I got my red flags. You know what I mean? I got my red jacket on. So my point is, if there's something you've done that maybe turned him off to disappear, and if you notice this happen to you often with certain dates, just look in the mirror and say what's going on. Ask a good friend. Ask me. Ask Alex. Is there something I do that's giving off red flags? Am I giving off girlfriend vibes immediately? Am I chewing with my mouth wide open? Does he not like smokers? Does he want to have kids and I keep on talking about not wanting to have kids? Am I too religious with my preaching of God right off the back? Am I too political? Whatever the situation is, again, it's understandable. You're passionate about what it is that who you are and what you feel, but am I not in line with someone like him? Again, so it's okay to understand what your red flags are. It's not okay to ignore them and act like nothing happened and nothing's wrong. I want you to grow from the situation. I want you to learn from the situation and evolve the situation to turn those red flags into green flags. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. You know, I talked to my clients before and I've shared these topics before with them and they love the insight. So again, if you want any further guidance or coaching on this, check out the website, FrenchRelationshipExpert.com/coaching, and you'll see my profile there next to Coach Alex, and we'll be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching. Again, I hope this was helpful. Don't mind hit that subscribe button before you go. And if you wait around, we got another video coming up with a different topic with different points. So thank you for watching.